You know that feeling every new year, right? The big rush of energy, the long list of goals, the pressure. But what if the secret to a really great year isn't about piling on more stuff, but actually taking things away? In this explainer, we're going to walk through a simple but really powerful blueprint for finding true clarity in 2026. So let's just get this out of the way. Why do most New Year's resolutions fail? I mean, we've all been there. We start January on fire, and by February, it's all fizzled out. Why does that happen year after year? Well, it turns out it's probably not a lack of motivation. Nope, it's something else entirely. Let's look at the two big forces at play here. On one side, you've got hype. That's the world of chasing a million different goals at once, feeling all this pressure, and, you guessed it, ending up totally burned out. But on the other side, you've got clarity, and that looks totally different. It's about a narrow focus, a real sense of purpose, and this quiet, calm confidence that comes with knowing exactly where you're going. Okay, if this room feels even a little bit familiar, I really want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not the problem. It's not about being lazy or unmotivated. You're just stuck in a pattern. And you know the best thing about patterns? They can be broken. They can be completely rewritten. So where do we even begin to rewrite them? Well, it all starts with an honest look in the rearview mirror. Step one is what we're calling the honest audit. It's all about finally understanding the patterns that have been holding you back so you can actually move forward. Let's see. Do any of these sound familiar? How about never pausing to reflect, so you just end up living the same year over and over again? Or chasing way too many goals, so you're always busy, but you're not actually making progress? And the big one, confusing that feeling of pressure with a sense of purpose, which, well, that's just a fast track to burnout. These are the exact patterns we need to break. And this right here is a total game changer. If you don't end a year consciously, you will repeat it unconsciously. Just let that sink in for a second. This is exactly why taking the time for an honest audit isn't just some nice little exercise. It's absolutely essential. All right, so now that we've looked back, it's time to clear the path forward. That brings us to step 2, the mental cleanse. This is all about creating the space our minds desperately need to, actually think clearly. I mean, let's be real. Our minds are noisy places. You've got the constant notifications, the never-ending to-do lists, the pressure from work, from family, from ourselves. All that mental noise is the biggest thief of our peace and our clarity. So, are you ready for a super simple challenge to start clearing some of that noise? Just for 7 days, try these 3 things. First, cut way down on unnecessary conversations. You know the ones. Second, get on social media and mute any account that makes you feel behind or just bad. And third, and this one's huge, no phones for 30 minutes before you go to sleep. It seems small, but trust me, it can make a world of difference. Okay, so once you've created a little bit of that mental space, we're ready for step 3, the focus framework. This is where we stop just cleaning house and we start strategically deciding what we want to build. This is where we choose our direction. And what I love about this framework is how simple it is. It boils everything down to just 3 core areas of your life. First, your life focus, things like your health, your discipline, your peace of mind. Second, your income focus, the one main skill or income stream you want to master. And third, your growth focus, that one new skill or mindset you want to develop. That's it. But here is the most important rule. This is the part that makes the whole system actually work. Are you ready? You are only allowed one major focus per area. Just one. This isn't about limiting your potential. It's about concentrating your power where it's going to have the biggest impact. Because at the end of the day, real clarity doesn't come from juggling a dozen goals. It comes from a narrow focus. It's all about going deep on the few things that truly matter, instead of spreading yourself thin across, everything.
So, you've done the audit, you've done the cleanse, and now you have your 3 single points of focus. Awesome. But how do you actually turn that into action? That brings us to our final piece, your 90-day roadmap. This is how we take that big vision and break it down into small daily steps.
But wait, before we jump in, I'm going to ask you to do something that might sound a little bit crazy. I want you to forget about the entire year. Seriously, just forget it. 12-month plans are overwhelming, and let's be honest, they almost never work out the way we think they will. So instead, we're going to shrink our focus down to just the next 90 days. Think of it as 1 quarter. It's kind of the sweet spot, right? It's long enough to make some real meaningful progress, but it's short enough that it keeps you focused and locked in. And here's the simple system to make it all happen. We call it the triad of progress. First, you set the main goal, the one big thing that has to happen by the end of the 90 days. Second, you figure out the daily habit, the tiny thing you can do every single day to move toward that goal. And third, the weekly review. You schedule a non-negotiable time each week to check in on your progress. See? Simple, right? So as we wrap things up here, I just want to leave you with this final thought. Clarity is quiet. It's calm. You are not behind. You are resetting. The whole point of this is to enter 2026 calm and to enter 2026 clear. So my question for you is, what's just one small step you can take today to find a little bit of that clarity?